guys, welcome to Crafty Friday. A long time ago I taught you guys how to make a duct tape flower, but this time it's going to look a lot more rosy and it's on a pen so you can write with it, and it might just be a great way to get a smile out of a significant other or a hope-to-be significant other, if you get the hint. If you like duct tape, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Now without further ado, let's get to it. First, you're going to choose a pen that you want to decorate. Next, you're going to measure a piece of green duct tape that is about the same length as your pen. I'm using a cutting board and an X-Acto knife to trim my piece of tape. Then I'm going to stick the piece of tape onto the pen and slowly and carefully wrap it around as tightly as possible. This will make your pen look like the stem of a rose. I'm not worried about the pen cap fitting anymore, but if that's important to you, then start wrapping the tape higher up on the pen, and you can also wrap your cap with some duct tape. As you can see, I have 3 different styles of rosy flowers here. For this first one, you're going to be working with 4-inch strips of duct tape for each petal. For the other 2, your strips only need to be half as long as that, so 2 inches. No matter which style of flower you want to make, you're going to cover the top part of your pen with some scrap pieces of red duct tape or whatever color you want your rose to be. This will form the center of the rosebud. Once your bud is formed, you're just going to make a ton of rose petals. I believe I used about 13 petals on this first rose. This one's going to have a 4-inch strip of duct tape, like I said. You're going to fold the tape onto itself, but you're going to leave a little bit of stickiness. Then you're going to take that piece that you folded and you're going to round it off with your pair of scissors. Take your pen stem and then go ahead and wrap this piece very tightly around the bud of your rose. I'll show you more of me constructing this rose, but first let me show you how to do the other petal designs if you so choose. For the rose on the right, you're going to take a 2-inch strip of duct tape and you're just going to fold it the same way you folded the previous 4-inch strip. So fold it down onto itself, leave a little bit of stickiness, and then round it off with your pair of scissors. For the flower on the left, you're going to fold the tape a little bit differently, but it's still a 2-inch strip of tape. For this one, you're going to fold a corner down and then fold the other corner down. And here you can decide if you want a pointed petal flower or a rounded petal flower. If you want rounded petals, then of course just trim. Getting back to our bud, I'm going to make 13 more petals for a total of 14. Your roses or flowers may have different amounts of petals depending on how full you want them to look. I like to lay out 12-inch strips and then take my ruler and X-Acto knife and cut them into the 4-inch strips for this particular flower. Then start folding all your petals and cutting them to shape. When you're placing your petals on, it will look more realistic if they're tighter near the bud and more full and loose on the outside of your flower. Every time you place on a petal, you want it to be opposite from the last petal that you put on, so your petals look staggered and they make your flower look balanced and even. Also, the height at which you place your petals on will determine how realistic your rose looks as well. With this rose, I'm going to place all of my petals around the same height, maybe even slightly lower than the previous ones as I'm going. This is what it looks like after 5 more petals. The 2 roses I just made actually have the same number of petals, but one looks more full because of the way I placed them on. Finally, you can make the stem look a little nicer by adding some leaves. There you have it, a simple DIY for a realistic duct tape rose pen. If you end up making your own, send a picture to me, #SoCraftastic on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check out all of my other duct tape tutorials if you haven't already. I have a duct tape playlist for all you duct tapers out there. Also, pretty please with the rose on top. Please subscribe to this channel, which is SoCraftastic, because I put out new crafty videos every single Friday for Crafty Friday. You got it. I did a Dora the Explorer moment. I don't have those often. And sometimes I put out some videos throughout the week as well. Last week on Crafty Friday, I showed you guys how to make, hold on, wait for it, owl doodle paintings. They're so cute. And this is my little girl on a canvas. I had you guys send in your owl doodles and paintings via Instagram, #SoCraftastic, and Twitter and Facebook as well. There are so many adorable owls. I can't even believe it. Look at how cute they are. There's doodles, there's paintings. There are just the cutest designs ever. You guys are super creative and super artistic. Thank you guys so much for sending those pictures in to me. If you would like a chance to be featured in an upcoming Crafty Friday video, then just check out my information here. I have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, as you may already know. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you soon. Bye! Will you accept this rose?